FAU fans, welcome back to the fifth quarter FAU film room. I'm Kevin Fielder. You can follow FQFAU on Twitter at FQFAU. You can follow me on Twitter at the Kevin Fielder. I am joined by one of the newest FAU commits, 2021 running back from Lee High School in Montgomery, Alabama, Reggie Davis. Reggie, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Reggie, I want to start obviously talking about your commitment to FAU. What stood out about FAU during the process that made it the decision?
Well, my dad, he always teach me love is what love does, and that's what they've been showing, the most love.
Obviously, I've seen this nickname going around. I do have to ask you about it. The Bullet?
The bullet.
Where did that one start from?
That one, one of the DB coaches in my high school, Coach Beard, one day, he was like, I forgot what he said, but he was like, you better watch out, these bullets flying around. I said, I'm the bullet.
What did you
tell me how they do
what that was?
flying around that day.
Do you remember what year that was?
That was actually this year.
And it just kind of coming up because I mean your tape shows a bullet, and I'm watching it and I'm going, dang, this guy is fast. This guy is a bullet, and that nickname fits perfectly. I do want to hop into some of these tapes. Let me share my screen. So I want to start off with this first clip, and this one was one of my favorites in terms of just everything, putting you just one of the biggest things for me is seeing your vision and seeing you able to read the field perfectly. And this was one of the first plays on your Huddle Junior film, and take me through the play from kind of this point right here where it's all crowded and then you just see something. I mean, even I didn't see that.
All right. So that play was the first play coming out of halftime. The first play coming out of halftime. We haven't got any yards for real running the ball. And our coach, he had kind of made us mad at halftime. And boom, we put in, that was a new play to be exact. We put in a new play that week. We put in a new play that week. And that was the play. It's called Salt Pull. And Salt is one of my tackles. And so boom, when he pulled, it was just there.
And then I don't know how you see it, but there's this, if it's gonna play. I don't know why I'm having issues with it. Okay, yeah, here we go. There's that one hole and then you're gone. I mean,
yeah, it was just there. He pulled and it was there.
So, I mean, what has helped you kind of improve your vision throughout your career where you're able to see those kind of holes and then just hit them and attack them every single time?
Patience.
I mean, it's clear. I mean, you're as patient as a running back can be, and it's impressive. Let's go on to this next play. And, this is something impressive, the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and make plays even when you're not in situations where you can break off that huge gain through the run. And this was still, I think, one of my favorite plays. You kind of just leak out here and find the ball, and I mean, you're gone right after that. That breakaway speed, that bullet speed almost. Do you remember anything from this play?
To be exact, that play right there, that play alone was the only play that I ever thought I was going to drop the ball in the middle of the game.
And, I mean, you did drop the ball and you scored a touchdown. And, how important is for you to be able to contribute both through the ground and then obviously through the passing game, whether that be lined up in the backfield or, as we've seen a few times, lined up in that kind of slot wide receiver role?
It's important because nowadays there were offensive building their running backs to get the ball in space. That means catching the ball out of the backfield.
And are there any running backs kind of in the modern day NFL that you've tried to model your game around, even if it's just taking bits or pieces from each of them?
Alvin Kamara.
I mean, yeah, that was kind of one of those first players I saw out of your tape was an Alvin Kamara type of player who can do it all, who's elusive, who's shifty, and even has got some power on him. And that's going to be something we talk about a little later here. And actually, it's going to be the next thing we talk about is that little mean streak you've got to. I haven't seen many guys at 6 foot, 185 pounds, want to play like they're 220 pounds. And I mean, you invite contact. You straight up invite contact when it's there. And this was one of those where I think I said you sent the guy to the shadow realm or something. And I mean, you're lined up in the backfield here, and you get this handoff, and it's. I mean, obviously you don't score the touchdown. I'm sure you'd want to score the touchdown, but that hit there. I mean, what is it to be able to do this at 185 and whatever you're listed at now, that you can kind of make these guys almost miss in contact and make them look silly?
Well, how I was taught when I was little, we run the score. And if we can't score, whoever's in our way, we punish them.
And I mean, I'm sure you'd rather go around someone than go through someone, obviously, given that most of your big time plays are you kind of making guys miss through juke moves or making these kind of guys get embarrassed by the stiff arm. But when you know that, it's time to hit someone head to head and let's just play.
My peripheral, if I see too many of them, I got to pick one of them and go at them.
And what is this? I mean, I mentioned the mean streak to your game, and there are some plays where you kind of get aggressive. And what is there anything that stems for that aggressiveness where you're like, this is why I do this every single night?
Me growing up with older people.
I mean, I that is probably the best way to explain how you play. It's you kind of that kid in the pickup football game who just wants to dominate the next guy next to him, and it is really impressive to see every single night. I want to then go into the versatility that I was talking about earlier, and this is the versatility. You're lined up here in the slot, and you're able to make a really nice catch in traffic, almost like a wide receiver, like a slot wide receiver would actually do. And if we start this play off, right here, we can already see you make this catch. There's number 4 right here. There's another defensive back coming over here. Is there anything you remember from this play where you just kind of like, just catch the ball, let's just figure it out from there?
That play right there, to be exact, that was our game time drive. We was down. It was in the fourth quarter. We was down. And I felt like, hey, we're going to pass the ball. And they come to me, I got to put my team on my back.
And you make one of the best catches I've seen out of anything. Number 4 is riding on your back. And you get the first down. You kind of break the tackle, too. I mean, the mean streak we were talking about, playing against some older guys, was that kind of one of those things where you're just like, let's just keep this going. Let's see how many yards I can get after the catch?
Since I was little, I was always taught one man shouldn't bring me down.
One man will never bring you down, I think. Let's go into another one of these plays, and this is kind of making guys miss and pulling everything together, that vision, that breakaway speed, the ability to make guys miss. This play right here, obviously you're in the backfield here, kind of offset from the quarterback, and this is one of those really long run plays that is really impressive, that kind of make guys go, wow. And it's 1 miss, 2 misses. I think there's a third one in here. There it is. 3 kind of broken tackles or making guys hard to tackle you. Do you remember anything from this play in specific?
That play specific, I think we was coming out of halftime again, and I see green grass, I'm going to try to score. If anybody get in my way, if I can make a cut, I can make a cut. If I can stiff arm, I'm going to stiff arm. If I have to get out of bounds, I'm going to get out of bounds.
And it kind of looks like you're playing like Madden against some of these guys, and you're just stiff arming every single guy in your way, and you're juking guys out, and it looks like a video game for you. I mean, I think if the bullet wasn't your nickname, I think the best nickname would be like Human Joystick.
No.
You're playing these guys and you're making them look silly, and it's every single play, it seems like. And I'm watching here and I'm going through each play, and it's like an 11-minute highlight film, and I'm like, when is he going to show me something where he doesn't make a guy miss? Because at this point, I would welcome you not making a guy miss, because it kind of makes everyone else look silly out there. And I want to go into one final play, and I had this play titled at first, "Holy Crap," because this is one of by far my favorite plays out of your whole highlight film. And I don't know if you remember this play. I feel like you might.
That's against Auburn. That's the 60-yarder.
Yeah. This is wow. I mean, you make guys miss, and there's no other way around it. Jeez. I mean, come on. you made that one defensive back there just look absolutely silly. Did you see that guy fall when you were running, or did anyone ever tell
I
you?
felt I felt him in my presence.
I mean, he just stumbles. There is. Have you ever ran a 40-yard dash? Do you remember what your time was in that 40-yard dash? Because I feel like it's probably
Last time I ran a 40-yard dash, I didn't stretch good enough, but I had ran a 4.5.
how fast do you think you could truly run if you trained for it and you stretched and everything and you were just ready for it?
Either a 4.4 flat or a 4.39.
Jesus, man, that is, and I mean, you can see it on this play. It is broken tackle after broken tackle. I feel like your coach is probably happy after this play, kind of just putting everything together and the vision and the ability to
Yeah,
make
because
this and that breakaway speed. I mean, obviously, I'm sure everything is kind of coming together for you before your senior season. What is the plan before the senior season to kind of make sure that everything is completely ready for college?
we got to go out with a bang. I'm trying to get me a ring before I leave the city.
And obviously, I'm sure FAU will be excited to see you in their colors in a few months, and hopefully you're making these guys miss in Conference USA championship games or bowl games. And Reggie, I appreciate you coming on. If you want to plug your social, please go ahead. I mean, you've got all the power right now.
You can add me on Snap at LI_Reggie22. Instagram is LI_Reggie22. And Twitter is Reggie_D32.
Reggie, I appreciate you coming on. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully go Owls in the future.
Go Owls.